During this video, I'd like to speak to you about energy and how to know when your feelings, your thoughts, what you're picking up is coming from inside you, or if it's coming from an external source, such as another person or a place. This is something that has come up in my beginning mediumship, mentorship, and so I'm going to share with you some tips and techniques on how to assess this, how to start to become more aware of the energy around you and the energy within you. So firstly, I'd just like to talk a little bit about energy, because energy is all around us. We are energy. We are made up primarily, we're a vibrating mass of energy. And this is also, our energy is reflected out into the auric field, which is the energy field around us, which everybody has. And there are many different types of energy, but for this particular video, I'm really going to be focusing on your energy, excuse me, and what you can do to become more sensitized and more aware of how you're feeling and what's happening within you. Excuse me. So the first thing is to meditate. When we become still and we become silent, we can start to draw our energy within, and we start to disconnect from the external world, and we become more sensitized to our own feelings, our own thoughts, what's going on within us. So we can start to really feel into that. Now, there is no quick fix for any of this. I will make that quite clear before we go any further, because it's practice, practice, practice and development. The more you become developed, aware, intuitive, sensitized, sensitive to other energies, to your own energies, you have that awareness. It's all beginning with awareness. And this takes time to develop. So please, please be patient with yourself. Don't hurry anything. Don't wish to reach the end goal, because it's your journey. It's your journey that's important. And it's about putting the foundations in place so that they're solid, they're firm, so that you have a good basic understanding and knowledge of energy, of spirit, of what's going on with your spirit, with your intuition, with your psychic senses, all of that. So it's a real, what we're doing is we're opening everything up. We're opening you up. We're becoming more spiritualized, if you like. So the first port of call is to meditate and to go within, to not think about the external world, to bring your thoughts and your sensitivity and your intuition and everything inwards. And once you've mastered that, then you will start to tune in you'll become more in tune with you, with who you are, with what you want, your needs, your wants, your desires, what makes you tick, what you like, what you don't like. You're really getting to know your inner self. And that's what all this is about. So when you start to take your energy within and you start to develop that, you will ultimately become more sensitive to energy. And this is where a lot of students can get really kind of a little bit frustrated in a sense, because they're, well, what's my energy? What's their energy? What am I picking up? And I remember when I first started to develop, and I'd go into standing in a supermarket queue, and all of a sudden I'd be feeling great inside myself, really happy, really bubbly and positive and joyous and everything. And then all of a sudden, because I'm a big daydreamer, so all of a sudden I'd start looking at the person in front and going into that daydream state, feeling into their energy. Oh, and then all of a sudden I'm not feeling so good, you know. Well, what am I doing there? Think about it. I'm going into that person's psyche. I'm picking up on their auric field, which is the information all around everybody that's happened to them during that day in their lifetimes. You know, it's all there, and we're going into that. And this is what we're training ourselves to do, because when we start to do readings, we want to connect with the psyche of another person. But it's creating that awareness. That's what we're doing now. of when it's coming from that other person or when it's actually you. Okay. So I'd start going into that psyche of the other person, and then all of a sudden I'd start going down, down, and then that awareness came. So I was taught in that way. That awareness came, oh, that's not me, that's that person. Quick, get out of their energy. I don't want to be in there. And that's what I would do. I would draw my energy back into myself and cut any ties that had been connected to that person in front of me. And this was a really good practice to get into, and it helped me to start to be aware of how I'm feeling when I go into other people's energy, what I'm picking up, what I'm sensing. And that really is the path of the psychic, of the medium. So meditation is key. Meditation, number one. Number two, starting to be very aware of your own feelings. So go through your day being aware of how you are feeling. Now, if you start to feel low, check in with yourself. What have you been thinking? Please do this. It's imperative. What have you been thinking about? Because everything begins with a thought. That thought creates an emotion within you. So firstly, check in with your thoughts. So if you've been thinking about something you're worried about, or something that's troubling you, and all of a sudden it's creating that feeling within you, and the joy has gone and the peace has gone, and you're starting to go into that energy of the worry, of the whatever it was you're thinking about. So as soon as you go into those thoughts and you realize, that's what I've been thinking about, change it immediately. Delete what you've been thinking about, unless you need to reflect on it, of course, but only you can decide that. Delete it immediately and replace it with positive affirmations. I am love, I am peace, I am happiness, I am good health, I am divine. Whatever it is that you want to say, your own personal affirmations. And what you're doing is you are then bringing yourself into that higher vibrational frequency. You are changing your psyche, you're changing your energy through the words. Words are very, very powerful, and the words have meaning. So definitely start to be aware of your thoughts. That's another thing. And really, I think that, I'm trying to rack my brains thinking of all other tips and techniques that I could give you, but really I think we've covered the fundamental two. And it's a meditation and awareness. And you can only start to become aware through development and training of your psychic senses, of you, your inner self, your mind, and all of this comes together. And when you one day it does click and you start to be very aware of other people's energy, then you might be in that position where you might want to start reading for others. And what you'll do is you'll throw your energy to connect with theirs. You'll throw your energy over them, or you'll connect with them heart chakra to the heart chakra, whatever it is that your way of connecting is. And you'll start to pick up information from that person, and you'll start to read them. And that's how it works, you see. But in the beginning stages, we don't necessarily want to be doing that all day, every day, because when we're going out on our normal day-to-day shopping trips or work, we don't want to necessarily be picking up on everybody's feelings and thoughts and emotions, but you will, because you're becoming more sensitive. But it's just about creating that awareness. And when you're doing it, if you want to, stop it. And what you're doing here is you're also becoming more intuitive. You're really connecting with that intuition, which is that knowing feeling situated where the clairsentience is, where the gut feeling is, the solar plexus just below the rib cage. You're connecting really strongly with your intuition as well, which is, I call it, our internal sat-nav. So I hope that's helped you in some ways. Please like and share if this has helped you, or if you've got any questions, pop them in the boxes below, and I do my best to respond to you.